All right. Hey, person. Welcome to today's adaptive workout. You know me, I'm Andrew Joseph Bettis. We are going to get started pretty much right away. Give people a minute or two to log in. We'll see if anybody shows up, but not going to wait too long because I want to make sure that everybody can get through this workout nice and easy and get on with, your plans for your quarantine for today. So today we're going to work a lot of flexibility and mobility with some multiplanar kind of work, just kind of hitting different parts of our body in different kind of ways than we're ordinarily used to. Each of these moves is going to be adaptable from a level that you could do from a wheelchair with support, with limited mobility from a chair. All of that is available to you. You can also increase any of these to whatever skill level you are at. So no matter what your skill level, no matter what your ability level, no matter what you are able to do, you should be able to do all of these moves, even if you are doing them with an assistant, with somebody who is supporting you and helping you through it. So we're going to go ahead and get started with just a little bit of a warm-up. We are going to start with just some jumping jacks. So if you are doing this yourself, you know what a jumping jack is, nice and easy. If you are doing this from a chair, you have the chair right here, you can, if your legs are able to move, come out and in and just go ahead and start. If your legs are not able to, just really pull in that core and get the arms moving. You want to get nice, big extension. You don't want to be just coming to here. Really want extension. And if you are supporting somebody, I recommend having their back up against a chair or have their back up against your chest. Hold on to their arms right here in the middle of the forearm. You don't want to be on the wrist or on the elbow. That could cause injury. Right in the middle of the forearm and help them up and down. Remember, slow and steady is so much better than fast and sloppy. So whatever version of this you're doing, let's go for about another 20 seconds. I'm going to come up here. Keep going. Show you this one. If this is what you're doing, go for this. Core nice and tight. If you're helping somebody, up, down, just want to get the shoulders moving. Make sure that we're getting nice, big movements so that everybody can feel all of that goodness across the chest and in the shoulders. Good. Our next thing is going to be some twist punches. So we did this last time. This is basically the same thing that we did last time, just with a little bit of more mobility built into it. So if you are standing, you're going to punch all the way to the side with essentially what amounts to a cross. I want a lot of hip rotation all the way. So big, big, big movement, fully extended. Your whole lower body is coming with you, right? So this isn't just across and across. This is your whole body is moving. If you are in a chair, same thing. From your chair, really rotating as deeply as you can. Think about almost trying to punch behind yourself. Slow and steady is always better than fast and sloppy. And if you are supporting somebody, just like we did last time, you can support them by looping an arm underneath their arm, have an arm on their chest so that you can support them nice and firm, holding them here. Take one arm and help them to rotate. Come back, switch, grab that arm across, and really even try to help move their hips along with yours. You can use your knee a little bit to suggest that they get a little bit of a twist. We just want all this nice rotation. So let's do this for about another 20 seconds. Whatever version you're doing, either standing, sitting, or supporting somebody else with your chest to their back, or if they're in a chair, your chest behind them, helping, again, holding them by the forearm, not by the wrist or the elbow. Just extend, extend. Here we go, for about 20 more seconds. Really extend. If you've got music on, rock out to it. If you want to increase the speed, if you need to make this harder for yourself, you can do combos. Whatever you need to do to get that full extension. Remember, not short and sloppy, fully extended, yeah? About 5 more seconds here. All right. Now, just like we did last time, we're going to do some forward folds. So again, if you are standing, remember the biomechanics of this, right? Not bending from the waist. This is where we often think of folding forward, but those hip joints are all the way down here. So core nice and tight, belly button to spine. This is the point of rotation, folding forward to touch your toes. And roll on up. And you can give yourself a little stretch up. And again, core is still tight. Coming down. If you are in a chair, just like we did last time, nice and tall, still rotating from your hips, not from up here in your waist. We don't want to squeeze in like this, hyperextending the lower back. We want core nice and tight, forward fold as far as you can, reach forward, roll on up. And same thing if you are supporting somebody, either standing or sitting, bring them as far forward, really stretch through the hamstrings as you can, and come on up. Let's do this about 5 more times. I'm going to come up and do it standing with you. Here we go. I'll go sideways. That's 1. Breathe through it. Here's 2. Roll on up, slow and steady. 3. 2 more. We're just telling the body that it needs to remember to move. It's a very sedentary time in all of our lives. Really easy to let ourselves get sloppy and lazy. So we're going to fight that today. Good. That was just a quick little warm-up. Now we've got 5 moves that we're going to do. Each of these is, as I always do, adaptable for whatever ability and skill and capabilities that you've got. So our first thing is deltoid lifts. If you have weights, great. If you don't, you don't need them. You can do this just with your arms, a little Michelle Obama action, right? So if you're doing this without weights, if you're standing, sitting, or being supported, whatever it is, coming straight out to a T, straight back down, and there's no bounce. There's a tendency to kind of flap and bounce. I want this very structured and very smooth with a pause at the top and the bottom. It doesn't have to be a long pause, but just a pause. If you are using weights, it's the same thing. Again, a lot of people have a tendency to kind of come up and flop, come up, flop, and bounce. There's a lot of this action with the chest moving up and down. None of that. I want it nice and smooth. Core is tight. Feel that belly button to spine. Chest is high. Shoulders are down. Out, hold, down, hold. Out, hold, down, hold. If you're supporting somebody just like we did before, you can go chest to back, or you can have them in a chair, whatever's easy. Hold them by the forearms. Hold and down. Hold and down. We're going to do 10 of these, then we're going to take a break, and then we're going to do them again. So I'm going to do them with weights. If you're doing them with weights, grab your weights. If you are doing them free, then just do them free. Here we go. 10 of them. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, belly button to spine. 5, halfway there. 6, remember those little pauses. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Take a little break, shake it out. If you are doing this without weight, just extend through the fingertips. There's a yogic idea of energy extending out through the end of the appendage. So since we're doing arms, it's not sloppy, it's not floppy. It's fully extended, really stretching the entire extent of the range of motion that you've got. So whatever version you're doing, here we go again. 10 more. And begin. 1, 2, belly button to spine. 3, if you're in a chair, that's fine. Just do this sitting. 4, 5, 6, I can feel it. 7, 8, 9, chest high, 10. Good. If you were using weights, go ahead and get rid of those weights. We don't need them anymore. Who needs weights? We're going to come down to the floor. If you have a mat that you would like to use, go ahead and grab it. If you don't have a mat, that's fine. You can put a towel down or nothing at all. Doesn't matter to me, whatever you like. If you don't have music playing but you want some, click it on. Get some music. Make sure you got some water handy. The next thing we're going to do is bicycles. So the version that we're going to do for this is chest high, belly button to spine, core is still tight. You can use your hands as support, or you can have them off the ground. I like pointing my toes just because it's pretty. Some people like flexing. I think pointing is pretty because it's nice. You can have your hands up. You can have your hands as far back as you need to for support. If you are doing this in a chair, you can hold on to the chair, maybe scoot yourself forward just a little bit, lean back. I usually will, in this version, have my hands a little farther forward so that I can get my legs moving. If you are doing this with the assistance of somebody else, the person being assisted will sit in a chair or on the ground. The person doing the assisting, you can grab them just above the ankle. Again, not actually on the ankle because that could cause injury, just above the ankle. And we're going to suggest the legs in rotation. The thing that we want, as with all of these, is full extension, right? So what we don't want is sloppy little babies. We want full extension on both legs. Really getting that extension out there. Whatever version of this that you're going to do, go for it. If you do not have mobility in your lower body, that is fine. What you can do instead is press yourself up in your chair using your arms and squeeze your core. So what that looks like from the side. So I'm going to, wherever my hands can go, if I have handles on it, that's fine. If I just use the seat, that's fine. I'm going to press myself up just a little bit and squeeze my core in. To exaggerate it, it's this. Not that much, but I'm just going to squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. All right? So whichever version of this you're doing, either on the floor, supine, being assisted in the chair or on the floor, or if you're in a chair, pressing yourself up and squeezing that core in. Here we go. You're going to go for 10 seconds, then break, then 10 seconds again. Everybody ready? And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make it harder for yourself. 5, 6. Fully extend. 7. Fully extend. 8, 9, 10. Good. Take a little rest. Take a little breather. If you have water handy, go ahead and grab some if you'd like. Just going to take a couple seconds to rest, reset yourself. We're going to go again another 10 seconds. Again, whichever version is going to work for you. If you're in a chair, just press and squeeze. If you're being assisted, fully extend. You might need to have a hand on the quad as well to suggest down a bit while you press up on the calf so you get that extension. We don't want to stop here. We want to open up those hamstrings that are all really, really tight right now from sitting around so much. So here we go again. 10 seconds. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze the core. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and come on back down. Now, next thing we're going to do is called a baseball swing. If you have a weight, awesome, you can grab it. If you don't even need it. You can do this freehand or you can do this assisted. So whether or not you're in a chair, standing, whatever, the movement is your hands are fully extended out. Your arms are elbows not quite locked, but very extended. Shoulders are still down, core is still tight, right? The sloppy version is this, blah, 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 blah. Nah, boom, 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 right? Tight core, chest high, shoulders down, arms extended. The movement is super simple, very rotation based. We want to get all the way to each side, keeping the structure. The way I used to describe this is think about if you have a necktie and you're holding that necktie out in front of you. So that no matter where you go, if there's a little rotation in the feet, that's okay. But that tie is going to be straight out in front of you. Now, if you have a weight, you can grab that weight, do it with a weight. Same movement. If you are sitting, same movement. And if you are assisted, then the person who is doing the assisting, same setup. You can be right behind them, either with a chair or without a chair. Help them fully extend those arms out. For these, you can go hand over hand if you need to, or just hold onto those forearms and get them as far forward as you can and work that rotation as much as you're able to, keeping the lower body forward as much as you can so that we're really getting a spinal rotation. All right, we're going to do this 10 times, break, and then do it again. So if you're using a weight, grab your weight. If you're not, get prepped with your hands in whatever version you're doing, sitting, standing, or assisted, and begin. 1, 2. You should be feeling it all through here. 3. Fully extend. 4. 5. 6. Core tight. 7. Shoulders down. 8. Almost there. 9. You're doing great. 10. Rock it out. Nice. You can put your weight down if you're using the weight. Shake it out if you're not. Either way. I'll do this chair version next, just to demo that as well. Remember, if you are assisting somebody, working from their forearm, giving them as much extension. You don't want to stop them here. You want to give them as much extension as you can. Help them remember, shoulders down, really extend out, and rotate. Here we go. Next 10 before we move on to the next thing. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm feeling it even here. 6, slow and steady. 7, core tight. 8, doing great. 9, almost time. 10 rhymes with 10. Nice, good. All right, last move of the day is our deadlift weave. Oh, I'm sorry, there's 2 more. Haha, I lied. Deadlift weave is last, but before we get to that, we're gonna do a cross toe touch. So if you are standing, this should look familiar. It's an old school classic move. Very step class aerobics, but a fantastic twisting move that you can do anywhere. So if you're standing, arms are to the sides, you can add weights if you would like. Makes it way harder. I recommend a pretty light weight if you are going to. Remember where that bend comes from, down in the hips, not up here in the waist, all the way down in the hip sockets. If you are sitting, get your legs as wide as you can. If they basically stay in the middle, that is totally fine. We're going to go to the outside of the thigh. If you can have them wide, we'll go to the toe. So I'm going to show you this version. So this will look like that. If your feet are wide, it just gives you a target, something to aim for. If you are assisting somebody, this one's a little bit trickier. I recommend doing this one in a chair if you are assisting someone, just so that you don't wind up both toppling over. Again, hold by the forearms, fully extend, try to get the shoulders down, chest still high. Suggest them as far as you can. Don't overdo it. Don't end up hurting yourself or them, but just suggest forward and rotate. Suggest forward and rotate. Again, I recommend doing this one in a chair rather than standing. Standing, you run the risk of one of you losing balance and both of you going down. So get yourself set up in a chair if you would like. I'm going to do it standing. I'm going to do it without weight. If you want weight, grab a couple of like maybe 2 or 3 pounders, and anything more than that is going to be crazy. I'm not even going to use these 10 pounders because that's going to be too much for me today. So shoulders are down, head is high, chest is high, belly button to spine, and begin. 10 of them. 1 and 2 and 3, doing great, and 4 and almost there, 5, halfway point, and coming up, really twist. 6, get that twist, feel it in the hamstring. Here we go, 7. From the hip sockets, not from the waist, from the hip sockets. Core is tight. 8. Doing great. 9. Need a rhyme. 10. My name's not Ben. There you go. Shake it out. We're going to go again. Whichever version you're doing, I'll do the seated version this time, just to give you that demo. I'm going to do it with my legs close so you get this total version as a visual as well. Catch your breath, grab a quick sip of water if you need it. We got this move, and then we got one more that I already kind of sneaky previewed it for you. So get yourself ready. Arms come out, shoulders are down, belly button to spine, chest is high. Here we go. 1. And really reach. 2. And really twist. 3. And stretch for it. 4. And doing great. 5, halfway there. And keep that core tight. 6. And 7. And almost there. 8. Reach for it. Don't get lazy yet. 9. One more on each side. Moron. It's funny. There you go. 10. Nice. All right. The last one that we're going to do is our deadlift weave. So if you are standing, this is what it's going to look like, and then I'll demo what it looks like in a chair or assisted. So from standing, feet are about a little wider than hip, maybe shoulder width apart. You can have a fighting stance. You can have your hands up like fighter if you'd like, or just by your chest. You can clasp them, whatever you need to do. I'm going to have them up here just because I like it. What we're going to do is come down to one side. Get your back as flat as you can. Rotate to the other side. And look, now you see that my foot is coming up a little bit. I'm rotating into it. As I do this with a little bit more energy, this foot is probably also going to twist because I want to get completely facing my side. I want my whole upper body facing this way. Same thing to the other side. Feet are switching as well. So you get this rotation and the lift. Core is still tight. Rotate and come up. If you need to make it harder for yourself, grab a couple of light weights or as you come up, throw a punch or 2 punches, whatever you want to do. So those are your standing variations. From sitting, it looks exactly the same. Feet are wherever they need to be. Looking to the side, down as low as you can, and up to the side, down as low as you can, and up to the side. Really important to keep the core tight. It's very normal to arch your back to get lower. Core tight. Really keep the focus that this is where you're bending, not from here, but from here. If you are assisting somebody, I recommend, again, doing this from a chair, just, again, for balance purposes so you don't knock anybody off their center of gravity. This one, I do recommend maybe having a hand around the waist so that you can suggest them down, bring them around, and then help them back up. Down, bring them around, and back up. So whichever version you're going to do, we're going to do 10 of them, and then rest, and then wrap it up with a final 10. So I'm going to do this first one standing, and then I'll do them sitting, so you see that as well. So get ready. Hands are up or wherever they need to be. Get your partner around the waist if you need to. Have a hand on their chest. You can do this with your chest to their back rather, or just with your hands, helping them to do each of these moves. Yep. So here we go. And 1. I'm going to add that punch. That's 1. Here comes 2. Flow through. Here's 3. Core tight. Here's 4. Chest high. Flat back. 5. Really get that rotation. 6. 7. 8. I'm feeling it. Hope you are. 9. 1 more. 10. All right, shake it off, take a quick rest. We're going to do one last set of 10, and then we are done for the day. So again, if you are assisting somebody, you can have a hand on their back and chest, one hand on the belly across the waist, suggest them down, suggest across, maybe flip that hand to help them back up. Want to avoid hunching and hyperextending. Want to do everything we can to keep the belly button to spine, core nice and tight, chest nice and high. So here we go, one last time. 10 times. Here we go. 1. And really rotate. 2. And I'm using my hands on my thighs. 3. And to help me remember, 4. to really rotate. 5 halfway. Chest high. 6. Belly button to spine. 7. Should be feeling it. 8. 2 more. You can do it. 9. Almost done. Last round. And that's a 10. Nicely done, everybody. Take a little breather, grab some water, stretch it out, relax. You did a great job. This video will be here for you. If you want to revisit it again, you can share it with your friends. If you do want to make a donation directly to me, that would be fantastic. My Venmo is very easy to find, Andrew-Perez-2. You can contact me if you need to. You can comment. You can message me. Please do subscribe. Please do share with your friends. Please follow me on Patreon. You can become a Patreon supporter like so many, like a few of you I know already are. Patreon.com/AndrewJosephBadass. You can find me there. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm all over the things. I will put those in the description of this video so you can find them nice and easy. Thank you so much for joining. Have a great day. Good luck. Be safe. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Be kind to one another. Bye, everybody.